Tea, coffee, and coffee
Shops.
Coffee shop.
It's the same thing. In principle, they're fine.
You've been drinking tea and coffee.
But no. But it's the whole aura around it. The fact that going to a coffee shop in your tight trousers, your stupid scarf when it's not cold, and it's not really a scarf, it's more of a flim-flam, shitty neck brace, and you're probably wearing a tight waistcoat, and you're wearing glasses which don't even have glass in them, they're just frames, and you've got a haircut which is either shaved on the side and the back and it's a bit longer on top, or it's all swooped over like a fucking idiot, and you just look like a knob.
We're never going to get on Radio 4.
You look like a cretin.
You cretin.
I just don't like many people.
Let's go to Starbucks and stand outside and call people cretins.
Because the people who wear polo shirts are the working class, and the people who dress in tight jeans and maybe pointy shoes and like shirts like the bloke or the lady from Fleetwood Mac with. And you wear that, and with your silly scarf and your silly belt.
That's what he or she
don't need your belt, probably.
You don't even need a belt. I mean, look at how skinny you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they ride on bikes, not because they're trying to be healthy, because they're trying to be cool. And it's just the whole word doesn't. It's just fuck. You talk now. I'm angry.
He's very angry. Okay. And next on his list is drugs. Drugs aren't cool.
Unless you take them and it's fun.
Don't do that at home.
No,
unless you're on medication.
Or unless it's poppers.
Fine.
Which is fine.
Poppers. No, they're a bit odd, aren't they? Why does anyone want that weird rush where you get from poppers?
And my best friend Matt.
Okay. Saying words that...
No, I was just starting a story then.
Oh, okay, right.
Me and my best friend Matt.
What happened to you and your best mate Matt?
When we were 15, 16, we used to go into a little...
Drugs aren't cool, you know.
No, a little estate in our village, and we used to sniff poppers. And we used to laugh, because it was funny. We make each other laugh. And we never do that anymore, because we live in different parts of the country. But then this Christmas, I bought some poppers for his birthday. Actually, no, it was for a Christmas present. I bought him some poppers.
Where'd you get them from?
It was a pawn shop. It was an adult
Oh, because they have special properties.
Yeah, they make your rectum a bit wider.
I was going to leave that to the listeners' imagination.
They have special properties.
Yeah.
And so I bought some, and I bought them for Matt, and I gave them to him. We embraced, and then later that night we ditched all our friends, or we said, "Oh, I will catch you up," as we were walking through the village, and me and Matt sneaked off to Popper Court, which was the name of the estate. Popper Court. It wasn't called Popper Court. We renamed it Popper Court because it's where we used to sit and do poppers. And we sat and we did poppers and just reminisced about old times, and it was just really nice. It was really nice, and I'm not advocating the use of drugs because it hurts your head, but it was just nice.
If you ever see two grown men sat on Popper Court Street, wherever that is, in Chester, somewhere near Chester, then say hello.
It was kind of on a bit of a slope, and we used to stand at the top of the slope, and it was all tarmac, so we used to do a wee, and we used to... We used to have wee races, see whose wee reached the bottom first. And they were like little snakes sort of wriggling down the car park. And I always won.
Nice. That's a good anecdote. And then there was one more.
No, just
saying words.
Not speaking in words.
Saying words that aren't.
Words which you...
Okay, this is the next topic.
Stretch using on the internet, but I wouldn't even do that. I sound like a...
So what specific words are not cool in your opinion?
Totes.
Totes.
I think it's short for totally.
Okay. So abbreviations.
Abbreviations of words.
What about amazing?
Someone said late in abbreviation. They said late instead of later. That's the same amount of syllables, the same amount of letters. You're just swapping an R for an S.
What about?
Just say later.
What about?
Actually, I'm wrong. It's syllable out. So yeah. Say late if you're in a big hurry or if you're late.
What about amaze balls?
I don't understand what that means. I think people say it tongue in cheek. I don't think people say it for real. Or should I say for real?
For real. But I think this is kind of a thing though that people do. I mean, people I know use the word totes, and they'd say it ironically, but it's kind of stuck as a kind of normal way of saying.
Do you know what? You know, this is whole hashtag nation we're in now. I asked my sister...
I'm not.
No, I asked someone, not my sister. I asked somebody, why do you use a hashtag? And they said, I find it easier to express myself in hashtags.
Oh.
Ooh. And it wasn't my sister, just in case she's listening and I'm dropping her in it, because it wasn't you.
Oh.
Yeah, ooh. And do you know what?
Oh, it's gonna change the whole English language, isn't it?
And do you know what? One other thing. I heard a story. It wasn't first hand. I've heard someone tell me that they met someone who saw an old phone, like from the 90s or something, and said, "Why does this phone have a hashtag on it? Twitter wasn't invented then."
Oh,
ooh, that's bad. Isn't that bad? Oh. Isn't the world we live in? I can
see in the future dictionaries are going to be doubled by the normal words that are in the dictionary and then the hashtag versions of them, because
really?
It's going to become part of vocabulary. I think this is fact. Yes,
but hashtag fact.
Hashtag fact.
But then I don't really understand what a hashtag does in terms of social media.
I don't want to explain in a ham-fisted way. So.
Don't tell me, I don't care.
Call in if you're listening and want to let us know what the hashtag is and when to use it. I can't be bothered. Right, what are you researching? We're on Wikipedia now, so
I just typed in cool into Wikipedia, and it's
got Malcolm X.
Yeah, Malcolm X
and Mona Lisa.
Malcolm X embodied essential elements of cool. I don't know.
And Mona Lisa is Mona Lisa the first cool person ever?
Aristocratic cool.
Right,
I'm not sure about that. I thought the Aristocats were pretty cool, actually. I'm just going to do something which is sometimes it's funny. You go, do you want me to Google? Oh, that's not fun. Scratch that.
No, there's a good one of this. Right, okay.
A Hoogle, I think it's called. A Hoogle. You type in 3 words, like the start of the question, like, for example here, can I... Oh, no. Like, Madonna is a... It says here, Madonna is a slag, a Satanist, a joke, or a witch. There we go. For example, I'm going to type the same with Mike Bingham and see what it brings about Mike Bingham. Mike Bingham is penguin adoption.
I'm into penguin adoption. Yeah, I've not mentioned that.
Mike Bingham, accountant. Mike Bingham, penguin adoption. Michael Bingham, athlete.
We all know Michael Bingham, the athlete.
Yeah.
Okay. What this is really good for is that you can type in town names and put is, and you get some quite interesting things. So let's say Hull is.
Right. Before I type in this, which I think I can predict the answer. Hull is amazing.
Okay, let's see if Google agrees with you.
A dump. Crap.
Where the heart is.
Which is true. Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful.
But it's sandwiched between is a dump and is crap.
No. Hull is a nice place to live, and I'll click on that because it's true.
Okay, let's do another one. This is good fun. Alright, let's say... Calais is...
French again. Or
it's
engraved
French again.
On my heart.
Engraved on my heart, or a dump. The people like dump.
Yeah.
Let's try Chester. That's your hometown, right?
Chester is my hometown. Yes.
Is a niche cost leader.
That doesn't make sense.
It's a nice place to live. Is a city. Is a good night out.
That's not bad. That is not true. Last time I went out in Chester.
If you were to rewrite Google, what would you put in that?
Chester is lovely.
It's lovely.
Just a lovely city.
Lovely.
Good night out. I was in Rosie's at Christmas, and I like dancing, and I started jumping through people's legs. It's a way I dance. Normally it's friends' legs, so I get them to part their legs, and I slide on my belly through. They get up and keep.
Is that a move in Chester? Developed in Chester?
Yeah, I did develop in Chester actually. This time I was sort of, my friends weren't around, so I started jumping through strangers' legs just on the off chance that they open their legs in mid dance. So I was sort of standing there, sort of wiggling my arms and keeping my eyes open for anyone who were doing dances with their legs stretched. And I had this one person, and he sort of opened his legs a bit, and he was sort of bouncing on his haunches. And then when he was up and his legs were wide enough, I just took a running jump, and I jumped through his legs, and he was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And I stood up and started dancing, and I just felt a yank on my collar, and the bouncer said, "Get out now!" And I said, "What? I was just dancing." And he said, "No, you're disrupting people." And I said, "I'm just trying to express myself through dance." And he said, "No, you're going to come out here now." So I went outside with him, and he was really angry. And And he said, you don't express yourself through dance. And I said, yeah, I do express myself through dance. And he said, if you want to express yourself, take your clothes off. And I said, can I take my clothes off? So he said, no, you're the last chance now. And he let me back in. But I thought it was a bit unfair, basically. I was just dancing. And it wasn't really upsetting anyone. I just went through his legs, didn't even touch him.
Would you say that Chester is a conservative
Chester
town?
is an unfair night out, I'd say.
Is it a conservative place? I mean, have you broken the mould, or is it very common for people to...
Oh, if you go out in Chester on a night out, it's the same as going out anywhere else in a night out.
Yeah.
Because it's conservative, it's just the same as any other town past 9 o'clock in the evening.
That's good.
Where are you from? You're
Good
from
anecdote.
Mills Lane. Were you King's Mills? Old Mills. New Mills is
in Derbyshire. There we go. Factual.
New Mills is a cab.
New Mills is a cab. Why is New Mills a cab?
Is
I think so. The nearest big town is Stockport.
Really?
Yeah, Stockport is.
I think that's a shit house, isn't it?
Dump.
It's the same. They're all the same. This isn't a good game, Mike. Everything says city, dump, nice place to live, or county. It's not county.
Let's try somewhere that's
London
perhaps...
is a. I know what this is going to say. London is a place
for me. There you go.
Like a song.
It's the place for me lyrics.
London is a suburb of Paris.
It's a horrible place
False.
to live.
Wait, should we debunk these myths? Yes, true. London is a lonely place.
Yeah.
True. London is a country. False.
False.
Okay, this is good.
Oh, that's probably Americans trying to work out what London is.
America is still the place.
Is evil. Is not the world. Is beautiful. Is a continent, a corporation, a bully, or a police state? Interesting. That one didn't.
Let's stop this game. It's
okay.
Not very audience participational.
No. Right.
It's the same. We have an audience.
We do have an audience. You must assume that this is going to go global.
Okay.
Right.
What's next?
What's next?
On the agenda.
I think we need some more music.
Okay.
So
here is Pete Seeger with "Home on the Range."
Why do you like this song?
I know of this song through as a child. It's a very famous song, but I was sitting on a train from Philadelphia in America to Denver in Colorado, and I was sat looking out of the train. It's a long train journey, and an Amish woman comes in with a musical instrument which I'd never seen or heard of before, and I look at her and smile, and obviously I want to get my camera out and take a picture of her because that's what people do nowadays. They take pictures of things. And she smiled at me, and then she started playing this magical instrument, and she started singing, and she started singing this song, "Home on the Range," and I sat there transfixed. It was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever heard. This old lady, she was probably about 80 years old, playing on her magical musical instrument and singing this magical song. And unfortunately, I haven't got an Amish version of this song, but this is The Next Best Thing by the late, great Pete Seeger, and this is "Home on the Range."